Hello there AppSpy viewers, my name's Peter and I've got a hands-on preview video for you. This time it's with Stack Heroes from Calipix. Now, Stack Heroes is a tower building game. It's a little bit like, Jenga, I suppose you might say, in so much as what you need to do is build a bloomin' great big tower and hopefully it doesn't fall down. That's the idea, that's the main idea. So it's a bit like Jenga, it's a bit like Kaplunk as well. Basically the idea is you don't want it to fall down. So what I'm doing here is building up this little tower, and when I'm happy I hit this tick button in the top right hand corner, and then I wait for a second, and there we go. We've managed to get a new best score out of that one. Let's keep going. So I'm just moving these blocks to the left and right by tapping on the left and right hand sides of the screen respectively. I'm quite a fan of Stack Heroes. I think this is quite neat, but I'm a fan despite the game. Because unfortunately the game has got a couple of issues. Let me just quickly focus on the really positive stuff first of all. I think that, oh my gosh, I think first of all it sort of reacts quite nicely. It moves quite nicely indeed. Everything feels quite reactive, and you certainly feel in control of everything. And it's a pretty looking game as well, I would say. I like the timer element. That does give you a little bit of an impetus to keep going and to make sure that you know what you're doing, and to feel a little bit of pressure going on. And I think the soundtrack's pretty good too. But what I don't like is when the game gets to this phase where basically you've got loads of time left, but the thing just keeps falling down, and you end up in this situation sometimes where you've actually made the tower so wonky that it just can't hold itself up. So you kind of end up in this situation where you're building for no real reason, which is a little bit frustrating. Obviously you're meant to be better at the game, but as you start out that is quite difficult. And the game also doesn't really explain to you that in the top right hand corner there's that tick button where we hit the button to say yeah, we're done. The addition of the timer makes it feel as if you've only got a certain amount of time to build the tower up, whereas actually the game's all about knowing when to quit. But the game doesn't really explain itself particularly well in that way. Oh no, it's all fallen over! Another really good thing about the game is that, oh my word, another good thing about the game is that Calipix have kind of done this thing whereby there's a charity element to everything. So I think it's something like 50% of their profits go to charity organisations, which I think is a very admirable thing to do as well. So that is kind of neat. Yeah, so I like the game. I think it's good despite some of the issues. I'm going to hit the top right hand corner just to finish this off, and I think it just really needs a tutorial. It needs a better tutorial than the one it has right now. There's different game modes in Stack Heroes. We were just playing Drop 1, there's Greenfall, Splitters, loads of different ones. The game I think is actually the best is Solidarius. So let's hit there. And this one, effectively, when you get past certain stages, so I'm going to try and do this now on, while I'm recording this video. Hopefully it's going to work out. When you get past certain elements, so you do get time bonuses like in most of the modes, but once you get past there, it becomes solid, the tower becomes solid. So you've got this risk-reward thing going on, where you feel like, ooh, maybe I should just keep going and going and going, because I might get to the next one. But, there is that risk-reward in so much as if you go too high and you really fluff it up, then that sort of a thing happens. So, some good game modes in here as well. I like Stack Heroes. I think it's gonna prove to be pretty good. It's coming out on June the 24th, and oh my word, I'm gonna hit the tick. There we are. Let's see how I do. It's coming out on June 24th on iOS, and yeah, I think Calipix have done a pretty good job here. If only the tutorial was slightly better. Let me know what you think of this one in the comments. This is Peter with appspy.com. We review, you decide.